Lystic Billy. Ain't an EU game without pause.
That's the best you're gonna get, Tin Man.
I like the Billy Rem lane just because it allows the Billy to play as aggressively as he wants to play. The Rem kind of makes up for his lack of push pressure and can save him from getting parried and other stuff.
Let's take out Sinclair.
Yeah, so they want to keep this constant pressure so they can play for the tier 1 camp and steal it away from the 7. So similarly to the Shiv Venator lane that Sonya and Arzo had in the first game, they're playing to kind of like starve the 7 as much as they can in the early game. I like this. Listen, it goes a little bit deeper to steal some extra boxes. And I like how he didn't go for the tunnels, because this way he's actually able to come back to the lane a little bit quicker. Although, he did kind of screw up. But otherwise, the idea was there. He went deep to make sure that they could get some extra souls. They let the wave push. And he took a decent pathing in order to get back to the wave quickly. Close. But I love what he did there with the fact that he used his Rising Ram in order to cancel the momentum of the bounce pad or of the holiday to getting out. And now they can actually dive the 7. Two very, very close counters.
I see Sinclair.
Piece of me?
I like how he didn't greed the fight, and that way he was actually able to get to the bridge buff before the silver, or before anyone else. If he greeds the fight, he loses that bridge buff to someone else.
Wonder what the shopkeeper has for me now.
I also really like what they're doing here as well. They're letting the Billy solo lane in order to get the ultimate earlier, so they can take a better engagement. Because he did die, so they wanted to get him back into the game, so the Rem decides to do some tunnels or look for a roam, and this way he's able to get a few solo waves to get him back into the game. And all he's doing is he's shoving and then taking jungle. something I like to do on Billy, especially if it's more of a dead lane, is once I have the wave pushed out, I just look immediately into the right side jungle if I'm in this lane, just to steal some camps away. I don't necessarily take them all because I don't want them to know I'm there, but it is an idea for some people to do.
Sinclair's on the bridge.
And I like how he's constantly paying attention to when the tier 1 camp is being taken.
Kill me if you can.
Nice. Great combo usage of the ults.
They can't hold us down.
The one thing they could have done better is wait for the Great Talon Arrow to ensure that Cosmetical got the +10.
Let's take out Abrams.
And just like that, they get the Guardian as well. Or nearly get it. But I like that they back off to play the centers. Again, similar reason, they're starting the 7. They created the space, and now the Rem's able to look for the doubles. And now someone's forced to go over, or they just lose them. So they wasted no time. They actually ignored the Guardian in order to do that.
They've taken our yellow guardian.
So they just know they can kill the Guardian whenever they want. And just like that. And he's aggressively shoving this. I like how he doesn't show on the map. So that, and because he doesn't show on the map there, the 7 has to respect the fact that he could still be in the lane. So the 7's forced to back off, and he's just able to collect the wave without losing his Guardian.
I see someone appreciates fine craftsmanship.
Fire up, baby.
Nice.
One less.
Again, though, he kind of kill stealing his Cosmetical from the +10s.
You earned the king's favor.
I like how he's looking for the 7.
Let's
That was
take out
smart.
Sinclair.
Smart by Arzo to avoid the Billy. But also smart by Lystic for looking for the kill.
Let's take out Sinclair.
He knows they're getting pressured elsewhere on the map, so he knows he can take this engagement.
Let's take.
Of course, the teammate with me. Why would they be with me? They're lazy.
And the moment I love this, even though he was on the opposite side of the map, he recognizes the earn spawn timer, and makes his way over immediately. But he doesn't care about showing himself, because he wants people to be scared of where he's at.
Let's dance. This is
We must deliver the urn safely.
Because of the space he just created, he allowed his team to control the urn. Frag, thank you for the follow, I do appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. This time he waited for Cosmetical's bird.
We got him.
Go in the shop.
This little ritual of
Nice.
yours is really messing with my job.
I like this. And this is a much better play regardless. You want your frontliner to be holding the urn for the most part. Because they're going to be the first one into the fight. So if they're gonna be in there, might as well be holding the urn. Especially since you can still use your abilities.
Let's take out Holiday. Let's take out Holiday. Let's take out Holiday.
I like how he drops it before coming in to take the engagement. Great kill. And with that one pick, they're almost forcing them to give up the urn.
I see silver. Let's take out Sinclair.
He finally gets buried.
I see Holiday.
I actually, okay, I have to pause there, but I love this. He knows, I don't actually know if this is true, but he makes sure he's isolating the fight, and if the Mirage does have Tornado, he keeps the chain attached to him so he can't nado away, and that will actually guarantee the kill on the Mirage.
Let's take out 7.
So I love that.
Yeah, this is nice.
Nice keep from break.
I see 7.
Yeah, that cube actually just single-handedly turned the fight as well. Saved the 6th life and now keeps a lot of tempo going.
Righteous have nothing to fear from me.
Oh, and they're saving the bridge buff for Lystic. In the meantime, I will take the time to talk about the AP. Billy, the reason why Billy is so good right now isn't necessarily because of the blasted. Sure, it's like good for the bonus health and whatnot, but 10% max HP on the tier 3 Rising Ram is insane amount of damage. You're just starting the fight off, and it's pretty much a 7 or so second cooldown if you hit someone with the Rising Ram. So every 7 seconds, you're dealing 10% of their max HP. Like, I guarantee it that you could remove the cooldown reduced by 50% on impact, and it would still be a really good ability. And he's constantly playing with the Rem as well, in order to ensure a safety net.
I pay your salary, Holiday.
I wish I could check Golden Statues buffs as well, because he's collected a lot of Sinners alongside with this Rem.
That's gonna help keep your blood on the inside.
Nice. I like the Spirit Res. And a Spirit into his very Spirit heavy comp. It's almost mandatory. It's almost mandatory every single game. Like, if you had to buy one item every single game, it'd almost always be Spirit Res. Rest in peace, Sonya.
Way to not suck.
I like how he's constantly looking for a fight of some sort as well. This positioning is so subtle, and I know it's premeditated, because what it is they are playing all around mid because they are ready to just start it. With the way that they've structured the lanes right here, is they're pushing both the side lanes at the same time as the middle. I wouldn't be surprised if they just rush this mid boss, especially with all their ults up and how good their mid contest is. While they don't do it in the end, I have a feeling that it is 100% something they were thinking about. But I like this play as well. If Abrahams looks to deposit the urn, they'll just take the fight afterwards, and then use that fight to go mid.
I see Holiday. I see Holiday. Abrams is on the roof. I see Abrams.
Time to get up close and personal.
Oh, I actually love that. They take that engagement and they don't kill for, or they don't care for the kills too much. Instead, they now took away the urn, so now they have control of it and can decide the pace of the game.
Guy by myself.
Hope you win whatever fight you're about to start.
I actually really like this item. The reason why he bought the blood tribute is, one, just because of the raw amount of CC that they have across the board. So the debuff remove, or the debuff resist that he gets from the item, as well as even the slight amount of spirit resist, just goes really well. Plus, all Billy really needs to do a lot of gun damage is fire rate. So just having that little bit of extra damage just goes really well. Yeah, you can see that they're playing around it. They're playing with the idea of going mid.
Let's go mid. I see Holiday.
Especially since the buff to blood tribute that makes it so the healing isn't reduced when you're using it. Pairs really well with the rem, because you'll be getting low and then you'll be healing more of your max HP back. They actually lose all three here, that's crazy. But that's because every single one of them left the pit.
Let's take him. I see Silver. Let's take out Silver. I see Abrams. Let's take out Mirage. I see Mirage. I see Abrams.
So yeah, just the simple mistake of all of Loki W leaving pit caused them to lose a lot of the regions there. But I love the idea that they had of going mid. Especially since there's nothing going on anymore. He's just chilling farming. And I like this. They're giving the bridge buff, or the sitter buffs. Wow, I can talk. They're giving the golden statue buffs to Billy, because he uses every single one of the stats extremely well. He's probably the best user of every single stat. He loves the cooldown. He loves the spirit, because it makes his healing a lot harder, stronger. HP is always useful on any character. Fire rate is really good, pairs well with gun, same with weapon damage. Billy's one of the few characters where he benefits from every single stat. Or I shouldn't say benefits greatly from every single stat. Because every character benefits from every stat.
Don't let them deliver the urn.
Help me deliver this thing.
Yeah. So as you can see, he's literally built as a large amount of debuff resist. And this is just going to allow him to continue running at people as much as he can. The only way that he'll pretty much get stunned at this point for a long amount of time is if he gets parried. And they're not going to be afraid to take this urn fight because they don't have, or Abrahams doesn't have the resists for the comeback.
Careful, Billy. Let's take out Silver. Let's take out Holiday. Let's take out 7. I see 7.
I do like what they did about that fight. They disengage to make sure that they don't take too much damage, and then re-engage with the fight, even though they do lose the urn. Winning the fight is more important. And you can see that none of them lost any of their lives, and Abraham's had the extra life with the rejuve.
Push green.
Ain't happening.
Push green.
Although they do lose Blue Walker and Urn, they can just look to continue putting the pressure and maybe even get a shrine and get out, which is going to be massive in the long run. Which does seem like what they're doing. Okay, no, they just decide to get the Guardian and back off. But the fast tip will help them.
Thank you for your aid. Someone's gonna be bleeding on the concrete, but it ain't gonna be you.
I like those 2 buys. Extra shred. Plus the extra bit of slowing. And again, more debuff resist. He's pretty much maxed out on debuff resist. Oh, I thought it's bugged, it doesn't show. But there you go. 46 debuff resist. And that's without cultist active. And he's going to be insanely tanky, especially with his Rem having Scourge being placed on him every fight.
I don't back down from a fight.
Let's take out
Great counter spell.
I see Sinclair. Let's take out Sinclair.
Without it, he would take a little bit longer to get the kill on the games.
I see Silver. Let's take out Holiday.
Good cancel by Zergy with the gut shot. Make sure that Tass doesn't get out.
I have enough arrows for all of you.
And just like that, they're able to get the next mid boss.
Let's go mid.
Abraham's is a team that will often contest
Let's go mid.
mid bosses.
The rejuvenator is descending.
But in this case, they do end up giving it up.
Take out Silver. I see Silver.
You can see that the debuff resist is helping him greatly at just keeping track of this Mirage. He's just able to run the Mirage down.
I see 7.
Let your rage spill forth, Billy.
Let's push Broadway.
This is just great pushing. They have the 40k lead, they're not playing scared. And they'll just look to end the game. They have 2 rejuves. They're not going to be scared about this at all.
Take out Abrams.
I see the enemy.
I see Sinclair. I have my orders. I see Mirage. I see Mirage.
The amount of support he's getting in all these fights is crazy. He literally does regen 3k HP from a Ren. Yeah, just like that, they win the fight. GG's.